Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 63 of Europa Universalis IV as France. It's been about a week or so since I actually got around to recording any of this, so I just want to go through a few things. What are we doing? What are we up to? Well, we are currently in our second war with Great Britain. The first time around we managed to take Kent, and we're going to try and take Wessex now because I believe, and I'm going to double check this because like I said, it's been about a week. Yep, we do actually have an active mission to take Wessex, so we're definitely going to be taking Wessex. We might possibly even take Essex as well. Possibly. The reason for that it will become clear shortly. Another thing that I'd like to try and do is take more land away from Great Britain, but obviously I can't take too much myself. Ulster, I believe, are my vassal. Yeah, so Ulster are my vassal, Wales are my vassal, and Munster are my vassal. So, if we get some area sieged out over here, I might try and turn some of this over to Wales, Ulster, and Munster, so that when we absorb them, we will get some extra land over here. We're going to have to be careful that we don't get a coalition against us. I'm surprised we haven't had one already, if I'm perfectly honest, because we do have a fair bit of aggressive expansion, particularly out here over in the HRE. Most of our aggressive expansion with Austria is 70 plus. Oh, look at that. Wurzburg, we've got 87. Now, normally the trigger point for a coalition is 30 aggressive expansion, and we're well over that. However, the AI does factor in how big a country you are and how strong you are. If I was a one-province miner, they would jump straight on that coalition bandwagon. They're not going to bother quite as eagerly because I am a big and powerful nation. Now, one other thing that was pointed out after I did the last lot of videos, because I was taking land over here in war with the natives, and I couldn't work out why I could never grab the last province, and I did a little bit of a derp. Basically, and I do know this, I don't know why it didn't occur to me at the time, you cannot take another nation's capital unless it's the only province they have left, or if you full annex them. Now, even if it is the only province you've got left, you still have to full annex them. So if I went to war with these guys here, the only province that I would have the option to cede to me is this one. If I wanted to take their capital, I would have to full annex them, and that would give me both of them. Even if they only had Arkansas left, I wouldn't be able to see it in the cede provinces option. I'd have to full annex them, and that's where I was going wrong. I don't mind too much because I still managed to get land, which was the whole purpose and point of it, so it worked out quite nicely. There are a couple of exceptions to the rule, which is that you can take somebody else's capital if it's isolated, and we'll use England or Great Britain as an example here. So obviously I can't take London because it's their capital. Now, the only way I would be able to take London is if I could completely full annex them, which I'm not going to be able to do because they are too big. Now, what I could do is if I was able to take Kent, Wessex, Oxfordshire and Essex, that would leave London isolated. It would be completely surrounded by land that wasn't theirs. Now, what Great Britain could do is they could move their capital somewhere else, and the AI very often does tend to move its capital if it's isolated. But regardless of whether or not their capital is moved, because if the AI decides to move its capital, then the old capital just becomes a basic standard normal province that you can take as you would any other. However, if you manage to completely isolate that province, what I could do in a subsequent war after the truce has ended, I could go and siege out London, and because it's isolated, I could ask them for that in the peace deal because it's isolated. But if you want to take the capital, you can only take the capital on that war. You can't take anything else at all. And that might be something that I try and do because London does have the Thames estuary and it's an important centre of trade. So being able to grab London would be really, really good for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unpause things. Austria has announced us as a new rival. I am short of a rival. Can't actually add Austria back because we're at war, of course, so we will have to wait for this war with Great Britain to end. I'm not really concerned about this war. I think everything's going to go fine. I've got quite a few troops over here. England can't really do an awful lot about me, or at least Great Britain can't do an awful lot about me. So we'll just siege out as much land as we can, try and get as close to 100% as we can. Now, obviously, we don't want to lose too many of our men, too much manpower, Because the problem is we could end up with a coalition where we've got so few men that the AI thinks, oh, it's a good time to go and attack France, which we don't want. At some point, we'll have to go and attack Castile as well. It'd be nice to get Barcelona from them. I see that Galicia has been released. Are they somebody's vassal? No, they are not. And they're improving our opinion of them. Maybe we can grab them as well. And maybe we could also go ahead and release Granada. So there is a possibility that we could go and take some chunks out of Castile. But let's carry on with this war with Great Britain first and deal with one thing at a time. Running on speed 3. Main reason for that is I just want to make sure that there are no enemy fleets around or any units that are going to give me a surprise. There is 2 heavies and 2 lights over there, but I've got 41 heavies sat out over here. So if they come out, they're going to get absolutely wrecked. I've got Tyrone over here. They're helping me. I see a lot of my vassals and allies are coming and dropping troops off, so we're fairly well powered over here. Just going to wait for some of these sieges to complete, and then we can start sweeping north. Oh, get some extra trade steering. It's always nice. I'm just hoping that a few more of these provinces over here get flipped out. We've won the Siege of Lincoln. That is fantastic. You are going to move... I'm going to actually move these guys all the way through to the north, just so we can start clearing up some of these stacks. And then when these guys are finished with Norfolk, they can move over here to Derby. And obviously that little battle was won quite easily. Siege of Yorkshire is over. That was very, very quick. So you can move up to Ayrshire. And these heavies are going to instantly get obliterated by my fleet that's set out here. Great Britain want peace. Of course they do. But we're going to siege out as much as we can. Hopefully give these guys chance to grab some of this land over here. So we're not necessarily going to be taking all of that much ourselves, but we certainly want to try and take a fair bit for our vassals and such like. Obviously, we're not going to bother with the Orkneys and the Shetlands for a while, because that would mean going to war with Norway, so we don't really want to do that. See, we've already managed to get the Western Isles over here, because it looks like Corsica's actually doing that. Wow. Corsica are a little bit out of the way, because Corsica are the guys that are all the way down here next to Italy. So they're helping us out quite a lot. Norfolk's almost sieged out, but not completely. Then you'll move up into Derby. I think we can actually go up to speed 4. I don't think too much terrible is going to happen in this time, although you never know. Taking an awfully long time to siege out Norfolk, especially considering we are actually blockading over there. The court bottle stoppers. Right, okay. Great Britain just aren't going to be able to field any sort of retaliation against me at the moment. Armies, Great Britain are down to, well, absolutely nothing, I would say. They've got 2,000 infantry, 1 regiment of mercenaries. They've got 10k manpower in the bank, but that's not really an awful lot. Navies, I don't think they've got anything now. I think I've just sunk the last of their ships. Great Britain, yeah, Great Britain have got nothing, so Britain has no navy at all. We've won the Siege of Norfolk, so let's move you up into Derby. There is 1 unit over there with a general, but 5 versus 1, yeah, we just flatten them instantly. So we'll try and get up close to 100% war score. We don't actually need 100% war score, but the more we can take from them, the better. So why not? Not got anything else better to do, so we will do that. And then we'll see about turning some of this land over to our various vassals and see if we can actually feed them a little bit. Obviously, we don't want to make the vassals too big because it makes them a little more difficult to annex. But it's getting them to vassalize that's the hardest bit, not getting them to annex, to be honest. And as we're already vassalized with all of these, that will be really good for us. One thing we are going to have to do at some point is we are going to have to go and have a look at our diplomatic relations, actually. What are we at in terms of numbers? 8 of 8, so we are at our max. Is there anyone here that we could possibly try and bring into the fold? Hesse, possibly. How long have Hesse been a vassal of ours? Because we do have a lot of vassals. Where are we? Vassals. Hesse. They have been a vassal of France since 87. Well, that's a long time. Maybe we should go ahead and vassalize them. What is my... it's at 0. Let's go over to Hesse then. Because we're not really doing an awful lot with them at the moment. And let's go ahead and improve relations over there. So we can vassalize them. Because that will free up a relations slot. And then hopefully we can go down there and try and get Galicia. Which, while I think about it, let's go ahead and improve relations with them anyway. See what we can get. So up to 98% war score. We're probably not going to be able to take an awful lot. And there probably isn't an awful lot more that I need to take. Natives rising up. That is fine. Won another battle there. We're getting the call for peace now. So we're going to be getting more war exhaustion. So maybe this is a good time to end. Although this siege here is actually almost finished. So we'll probably let that finish. We've won the siege of Ayrshire. We'll just let any other sieges that are in progress kind of finish up. Colony has become self-sustaining. You're at 14%. You're at 21%. Natives rising up. Won a siege. Get some gold or get some prestige. Prestige is nearly capped. We'll take the gold. Obviously, we're still getting this call for peace, but I'd kind of like this. I'd kind of like Meath to flip over before I do anything else. We'll probably be able to flip Derby over as well. So we'll have to decide what we're going to take now. It will cost us quite a bit of Diplo power if we're giving stuff to our vassals. Got some yearly prestige. That's quite nice. Siege of Derby is complete. You guys are at 21%. You're about to get another tick. Still only 21%. That's a little bit annoying. I'm going to start moving my units back down towards Kent now. We've nearly got 100% siege on Great Britain, actually. Fife is done, so you can work your way back down to Kent. Come on, guys. Hurry up down there, whatever it is you're doing. Surrender. There we go. Fantastic. That is what I wanted to get. So, let's have a look what we could get from here. First of all, do any of these guys have cause or claims on either of these provinces? No, they don't. But we'll see what we can do. So, Meath. Can I turn the Siege of Meath over to Ulster? No, but I can turn you over to Tyrone. Can I turn this one over to Ulster? Right, where's Tyrone? What have we... Oh, this is Tyrone, isn't it? This is Munster, and this is Tyrone. Of course, Ulster is Tyrone. It always confuses me, that one, because Munster is Munster and Ulster is Tyrone. It's weird. So, let's go ahead and turn this one over to Tyrone. And let's go ahead and turn this one over to Munster. And we'll turn this one over to Munster as well, I think. Now, do Wales have cause or claims on any of these? Wales has a claim on marches, but none of the others. So let's go ahead and flip this one over to Wales. So what we want to do now is we want to sue for peace. And we want to take these here. So Great Britain will cede Connaught to Munster, Leinster to Munster, Meath to Tyrone. Marches we'd also like to go to Wales. Now that would give us aggressive expansion, which is weird because it isn't really going to us. We definitely want to take Wessex for ourselves. Do I want to take Essex? That will give us 53.1 aggressive expansion and quite a bit of overextension. Also puts us on 100% war score. The other option, of course, is we could try and grab or release Cornwall. But I think isolating London is going to be much better for us, so I'm going to go for Essex. Don't have any other war score left to take anything at this point. We probably wouldn't be able to get war reps or anything like that out of them. No, because we're going way over the top there. But that's probably going to be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and send my demands there. Peace has been accepted. That's going to cause us quite a bit of aggressive expansion. So let's just make sure we're paused up. We're going to need to get everybody back home. Trade fleets are still out doing what the trade fleets should be doing. And that also gives us quite a lot of power projection as well. Troops in foreign territory. The call for peace will go away. And obviously cost us quite a bit of Diplo power. We do have another mission. Create a fortress in Antwerpen. That's not a bad idea, because that would give us 5 army tradition. So Antwerpen is here, isn't it? Yeah, so we want to go ahead, buildings, and create a... what does it want us to build? Forgotten the mission already. Have a star bastion. Wow. Don't think I've ever built one of those. So, let's go ahead and build that then. And we'll bring this fleet down here because we can use the transports to bring everybody home. We'll unpause. Everybody's on their way back. Now, obviously, we do need to make sure we do the coring. Actually, we're not all that overextended because most of it has gone to our vassals here. But if we do have a look, we will see that we are at 60% over extension. So let's go ahead and start working on that. At least our income's going to be quite good. And we will need to start vassalizing people. Oh, of course, one thing that we do need to do is set Austria as a rival. And we also want to go ahead and... economy actions, issue embargo. There we go. We should also be making sure we're embargoing England. Yep, we are. And who's our other rival? It is Castile. So we should be embargoing Castile, which we probably are. Oh no, we're not actually embargoing Castile. Always worth checking from time to time. Still running at speed 4. Most of my guys are now back down here. What we want to do then is get all of these guys across to Coat, and we'll just auto do them. It's a little bit weird when you actually use the auto transport feature. It's nice that it's there, but the ship never docks. So they end up wading out to the ship. I wish they'd actually do it so that the ship would actually dock. It would be so much quicker. Alliance offer from the Commonwealth. Yes, we would like to stay allied with the Commonwealth. We could also probably suck up to the Commonwealth a little bit as well. What is our current reputation? Oh, it's not too bad, actually. What's our improved relations? 79. Not too bad. Let's have a quick look at the coalition map mode now that that war has ended as well. So as you can see, we've got quite a bit of aggressive expansion now with Great Britain. 119. Yeah, they're almost definitely... We're almost definitely going to get a coalition against us now when some truces run out. So we are going to have to be a little bit careful and play defensive for a little bit. I think what I will do, actually... And I've just made a little bit of a mistake here. Got another self-sustaining colony. What I want to do is take one of my 20 stacks here. No, it's a 10-4-6. Let's go ahead and take that, create a 10-4-6. So we want, no, not quite like that. 10, 4, 6. So we've got a 10-4-6. I want at least some of these guys to actually stay over here. Getting to Essex is going to be a little bit difficult, of course, because it is kind of isolated. We don't have a direct walking route. We can't walk from Kent to Essex. But in a subsequent war, we'll probably take Oxfordshire, and then that will block them off. We've got a call to arms here, which is a pain in the absolute neck. The nation of Brandenburg is requesting that we come to the aid in the Brandenburgian conquest of Thuringen against Saxony, Bremen, Munster, Augsburg, and Bavaria. This is a war that they have started. Saxony is allied with Augsburg, Bavaria, Bremen, and Munster. I'm going to say yes. I'm just going to slow the game speed down a little bit and try and sort some of my troops out. You guys all there? Yeah, you've just taken a bit of attrition. So, let's take this fleet over here. These guys are going to dock in Normandy, and then we'll let them rest out. Do need to just keep our eye out for ships, because there are a few ships around here that we might have some issues with later on. But I think most of our fleets are going to be fine. And this is a sort of a bit of an odd configuration, but we did have some extra men, so you guys can sort of move around. And we don't need to repair these guys. We're going to mothball them straight away. That will save us quite a bit of cash. And, yeah, we want to try and see if we can vassalize Hesse, but that's going to take a little bit of time. Now, we could actually go ahead and try and help out in this war a little bit. These guys are actually going to get wiped out here, which is a little bit annoying. Where is our... let's just quickly pause up. Do we want to take the leader from you? Let's remove the leader from this guy for a moment and just go and put the leader over here. It's not a particularly good leader, but at least we've got one. You can move into there. We can actually go ahead and get a new leader over here. We've got quite a bit of military power. Let's go ahead and hire a new leader. And is not terrible. So, colonists, how many are we using? Well, we have 2 available, so we're not doing an awful lot of colonizing. Let's have a look over here and make sure we keep things going. Ontario has been finished, so let's go ahead and move you over here, and we will make this into a colony. And what have we got there? Oh, wow, we actually... I didn't even realize this, but... oh, another colony's become self-sustaining. Fantastic. Our colonial nation actually managed to grab most of Florida. So that's actually quite nice that they have been able to do that. So Castile doesn't have an awful lot of overseas holdings over here. Neither does England anymore. So you're now self-sustaining. So what we could do is we could go over here and colonize this one probably. So let's go ahead and do that. Traps these guys in nicely. And is this one self-sustaining as well? Yes, it is. So let's keep heading off in this direction. We can't grab coastal stuff at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing. But we can grab anything next to an existing core, which is what we'll keep doing. We will go to war and take these guys on at some point and grab this land from them. In fact, there's absolutely no reason why we can't do that now unless we have a truce against them. If we were to declare war with them, we probably do have a truce, actually. No, we actually have the ability to conquer them. They don't have any allies. Yep, so we can just go ahead and declare war straight the way there. Let's move in with these guys. They may well move north and try and intercept these guys over here, but we can deal with that. They're a little bit slow moving. Where are these guys going? They're actually going into Tennessee. That's fine. It's also French Louisiana's also moving in there as well. So you guys go and stand yourselves in there. You'll be fine. I don't think I really need to keep my eye on what's happening over here all that much. It should be okay. And we'll grab those up as soon as we can. We also probably need to go and colonize this place here as well. Let's just have a quick look before we end the video at the... subjects and just make sure that nobody wants to nobody has too much liberty desire. Nouvelle-Flanders still 37%. It's not too bad. It's affected a little bit by our diplomatic reputation, and improved relations is at 52. Are we still sucking up to Nouvelle-Flanders? No, but we probably should be. So we'll do that at some point, but that will be in the next video. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.